All right, everybody. Made a lot of updates. Mainly, you're going to see the sidebar, probably the most prominent change, but there's quite a bit more. So pay attention. I'm going to run you through what you need to know to help you out. First off, when you scan your brand, I've scanned a fresh brand here, just to play around with this Aqua Doctor that I found online. And what we're doing is walking through. So here we go. First off, if your brand doesn't scan well, two things to do. Number one, hit the gear icon and do a deep scan. You can scan more pages. Some home pages just don't have enough information, all right? And that's recommended even if you want to do that. But it does take a little longer, just so you guys know, right? It's not required, but it's a better way to get more tuned in. Moving down, you're going to see we've reduced this into 5 steps. Same steps that you're familiar with, just cleanly laid out. One thing I'm going to tell your brand DNA here, if you don't feel like something's going right or not getting your tone, go ahead and paste in like stuff that you get from ChatGPT or your documents from PDF or Word for your brand guideline. These should include colors and your target audience, things like that. Tell ChatGPT to create you one of those guidelines and turn around and audit it, make sure it's good, and then you can paste it in here. That's a great way, especially for those of you that don't even have a website, only have a domain, right? Testimonials, you can add testimonials by just simply copy paste them. Just highlight everything in Google, your good ones, drop them over, hit extract, wait a few minutes and let it extract them, and you'll be extracting more. A lot of websites do not have a lot of reviews. And every time you're making an update here, I'm going to point out that means your website isn't showing something. AI's ChatGPT, Perplexity, all these guys are seeing the same thing you go seeing. So if it's not seeing it, understand you need to improve your website, right? By going down something new here, you can now add your testimonial days, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever you want to do, up to 2 days. If you don't have a lot of testimonials, stick to one, right? Save on every section. You guys will remember that confirmation button that pops up your first time. Upload your logo. If your logo isn't good, go find a clean version. That's your best option. I'm going to tell you, go find a clean PNG with the high resolution, bigger file. If not, you can use this to invert or whatever using our AI. It's beta, but it works. Here, you can see we got our brand name, check it, your tagline, check it. Target locations, you can dump in a list here and ask it to organize, and it'll do it for you, or you can add them individually. Check your phone number, check your email, check your address. Now, when I say that, again, I'm going to remind you, if your website didn't show this to Hugo, it means for some reason it's being prevented, which means that Gemini, that Perplexity, that ChatGPT, that Claude is not picking up this information. Now, will they sometimes pick it up? Yes, but not the way you think. When you ask it to go look at a specific URL, it picks up a little differently. It goes in and reads it like text versus how it's being crawled. So I'm going to tell you that if Hugo didn't pick this up, probably need to make some improvements. Update your colors from your logo, or go ahead and update your colors from your logo. Some logos aren't like that, but feel free to add colors, use the color picker, things like that in here, right? So you can go ahead and do that. Make sure as you're moving along, save your changes. Your brand values, pretty common sense there. I think you can make sense of it. Here, required words, required visuals, required hashtags, suggested, and forbidden, right? They all have required, suggested, forbidden. Required is going to be things like your license number. Just type it in here and put it in there if it's required. If visuals, you might have BBB accredited and you might have different things. If you can't think of ideas, hit the AI button and it'll create more suggested words. Most of these come up. The ones that come up are coming up from your website. Again, I'm going to say one more time, if your website did not have some information, it's because it's not reading. So maybe improve the website, right? Up here, you're going to see we're bringing in templates. So you'll be able to upload templates that you like and download them. Optimize with AI is one of my favorites. I love to sit here and just tell it, my target audience is, they are typically this. I know the problems they're having is this. And what we offer is this. And here's what sets us apart, right? And just say replace contents. Again, when you're doing that, it's going to replace all of this stuff. But remember, your website picked up something different. Your website's saying one message and you're saying one message. It's okay, correct it here, but then think how to reverse engineer that into your website. So we're going to go down here, and one of the restrictions also somebody asked about the free version. On the free version, just so you know, you do maintain the only restriction here whatsoever was you maintain our hashtag Ugo Autonomous. Not a big deal, guys. So you go down here, inspirational images, you can put in stuff. If you're ever uploading a picture, relabel it. Relabel it as mascot, company truck, Jack, Sam, because you can reference it above, right? Here, national holidays, local events, go ahead and pick them. AI ideas, if you're not sure what teams to add, Big tip here, add like cool things. Add like Walter something. What the heck were we? Walter something. I went there before, but I don't remember. That's horrible. I can't tell you what our company team was. I think it was Pirates, but whatever it was, you're gonna go in here and put it in here, and you're gonna put in your other interests in here. But if you use the AI scan button right here, AI ideas, it'll give you some. So go ahead and put that in there. Remember, the big thing about this is live where your people live, live where your targets live. So if my target is this area and they all go to Barrington High School and Barrington Middle School, I should put in those Barrington teams, or I should put in something like Home and Garden Show, or if there's like something local to the area, some sort of workshop, some sort of event, some sort of center, I could put those interests in here, right? And that's going to help us relate. We want to build that connection with people, right? So that's good there. Inspirational images, I just told you what to do. New products or services, you can put in your product. This is a company. So if I went in here and I said Drano for a plumbing company and I uploaded a picture, it's going to have the Drano in there, right? And don't leave blank ones, by the way, guys. And it looks accurate. You're going to go down to training. We got through that pretty quick. If you were going through this by yourself, I would say if you spend 20 minutes on this, you're doing an amazing job. I think you're ahead of everybody. You're really getting your brand tuned in, and it's a good deal, right? You want to spend some time doing it. Now, as you see, what I'm doing is I'm training my brand. When I train my brand, most of you enrolled have already gone through this. Those of you that are starting to enroll or considering it, this is the process. What we do is we build 9 styles, right? So we're going to get 9 post styles over here. And what's going to happen is we're going to look at our 9 styles, and then we're going to agree, disagree with certain styles, and then we're going to move into training our brand. Those of you that have already built your brand, if you don't feel comfortable with the styles that you have, hit restart training. But before you hit restart training, go update everything we just did. It's very important, right? This is going to do your styles. You're going to pick your styles, and then you're going to go through and you're going to select which styles you like: real life, cinematic, cartoons, etc. And you're going to be able to pick 3 here, but we've changed how you can work with these behind the scenes. You can actually have more than 3 on the actual post, but I do recommend 3. So here we're looking at these styles, right? So I'm looking at these styles, and let's just say let's go with I like real life. They got a character, so let's say, I like cinematic. I kind of like the 3D, but whatever, you pick out what you want. You see this gold, silver, bronze, that's what's happening right now to organize it. Feel free to choose, and you can come back and change this later. You confirm it, and once you confirm it, it's going to go through and it's going to create. I've worked with marketing teams for a long time, and from a business owner talking to marketing teams, and from a marketing team talking to businesses, and from a marketing company manager talking to my team, a lot of things get lost in communication. We're talking about graphics and, like material and how our brand looks. I mean, we assume people understand what we're saying. Like, I don't like that character, but we don't say the character's nose is incorrect, right? So instead of asking you what's wrong with the pictures, which is what a lot of, I think, marketing people fail at, we built Yugo where it gets smart. You just look at what you're looking at and you give it a thumbs up, thumbs down for whatever reason. Maybe it's a logo, maybe it's a truck, maybe it's a piece of equipment they're using. It's not the equipment you use. You're just going to go in and you're just going to say, like it, dislike it. And, I don't like that. And I just go like that. And then you're going to do this until you get to 9. That's going to train your brand and you're fully set. For sake of time, I'm going to pause and I'm going to train the brand just to pause for you guys. All right, trying to respect your time. We're just going to go ahead and I'm just, for argument's sake, going to like all these. All right, so once again, I'm just going to like all these for the time being. But you saw the BBB logo in there and what have you. All right, so here, we can like or dislike. So let's say I like this guy. Let's say I don't like this guy and I like this guy, for example, right? No big deal. I lock it in and it's going to just say, get us ready. Now, if you do see this screen, you can readjust if you didn't like what happened. Before you readjust anything, go and change your branding on this page, get it all locked in. Now, you can see this one's not checked off. People get lost here sometimes. I want to go here, and this is what I picked. Now, I can override that. But what I'm going to do is keep those right now. And what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to kind of go thirds, right? So I'm going to just go 33, 33, right? And I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to save it and finalize it, right? And that's what's going to finish my setup. I'm done with my setup. If I want to, I can download my brand guideline now. And that's going to give me a real nice guideline to have for my business. So number one, you're getting a valuable guideline. That's on the free, that's on the paid. No big deal. It's pretty detailed and it takes a minute or two to come out. We can take a look at it real quick here, but here it is. You can see here's our branding guideline, a lot of information about us, et cetera, that we can hand off to our marketing team, et cetera, right? No big deal. So let's go back here. All right. So we're done with that first step. The next thing, and this is for everybody on any versions, the free version or the paid version, the next step's going to be to go build your content. So you're going to go to your content calendar and it's going to say create my first strategy. If it's not there, otherwise you'll see the month. And you can see right here we have a month drop down. So I could pick the month like that as well. They're both going to end up here. Build your campaign. This is very important. You want to build your campaign properly. So I'm in May. And it's giving me some suggestions. Now, because I don't know this brand, I could probably go take the suggestions. Let's just go ahead and apply these. But I'm going to think about it. Oh, we don't have a calendar, so I can't get bookings. We don't sell a product on our website. Let's get rid of drive sales, right? These are my 3 offers that I want to send up. If there are pumps, this, that, whatever it might be. Or maybe it doesn't say anything. I could just say remodel, plumbing, remodel, plumbing expert, plumbing, remodel and renovations plumbing. Here's what I get for not picking a brand that I know. See, so I'm picking some stuff here, and then I could just eliminate these or keep them, but the ones that are yellow are the ones that I'm keeping. If I don't like what I picked, boom, right? So I'm going to go like this. I can add promotion. So let's just say I have a promotion, and I say 1 free drain. What do they call them? Roto-Root with purchase of 3 or something like that, right? And I could add that promotion in there, for example. I could look here at the incentives that I have. These are decent incentives, but I could add things like 0% financing or things like that, right? And I would agree or disagree. If I disagree, boom, I just get rid of it. Not a big deal. I check everything and then I launch my campaign. It's that simple. And I say confirm, let's go. We're going to move into our calendar part. We're getting ready to build our entire month's campaign, guys. Like this little part that we've already done to this stage is something that the team would have taken a week to get back to you if they were actually working on it. Most marketing companies are going to take several weeks. Even though they have AI, they're still going to wait and procrastinate to the end and get it to you, and it's not going to be as good. That's a guarantee. You can look at anybody and you're going to see this is pretty good stuff. So just don't let the price of Yugo fool you. Reasoning for the price is that's where the world's going. But it is very high quality process systems information that you're getting, as well as graphics and strategy. So I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to go to my calendar here because it loaded it, and it's going to kind of load up. I'm going to let it load. And right here is your first opportunity to, if you want to pay. I'm going to tell you right now, very simple, why you want to pay. Because you like me. But why you want to pay is you want to unlock the other features. But right here, why it matters. It matters because it's going to leave that Powered by Yugo logo on your photos, right? Now, that doesn't bother most people. You can advertise for me and you. It's great until you're ready to pay and you can afford the 99. But if you are ready, go ahead and just upgrade here and you'll be unlocked to go ahead and produce those with that. So I'm going to hit continue with free for the argument's sake. Real quick on this dashboard, just to show you here, on the side, here's our daily pulse. This is information or things that I might want to be aware of in my market, just helping you stay in tune, right? And all we're going to do here is we're going to do this a couple ways real quick. I'm going to hit monthly thing. We're going to hit full month. I'm going to say find month. I think when you start, you should start with a full month. I think it's a great idea. Once that's done, there's actually a feature where you can turn it on, where every Thursday we text you with next week's post ready to go. And you can look at them and you could say, and schedule them, or you could say, no, make a change. Here's the cool part. Unlike your marketing team, when you tell them to make a change, you just say make a change and wait about a minute and it'll make the change for you and say, is this what you want? And then you say, yeah, or you say, no, try again. And it'll just do the changes for you. So you never have to wait for marketing again. Here's some days that it thinks might be relevant. You could type in something like if you had a storm or something related or some event coming up, you can put that stuff in here. Once it create all posts, you can see it started over here and it's just going to go. And you're going to see in a second here, well, unfortunately, I'm doing this on the 31st of the month. So I guess for argument's sake, this is good. But it would start highlighting all these and you'll see like a drafting. If you see an error, do not freak out. Let it work through it. You do not have to touch it. Just let it work. At this stage, you can move away from the screen. Do leave it running in the background. We do have 50% of our people, we're doing some beta testing here. They're doing it on your local server. 50% of people doing it on our cloud server. We're figuring out how to move everything to the cloud on that. So what it's going to do is it's going to draft this day. And once it's done drafting the day, and figuring out the policy. Now, because why is it taking a little bit longer? So you can see here, here's our day, there's our like graphic, right? Here's our post for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Google, Pinterest, YouTube, Threads, and Blue Sky, right? So far. And we're working on more. And video is coming soon too. But if I didn't like something going on here, if I want to change the copy, I just go here and I could ask it for a swap a variant, new hook, or I can just go in and edit it, right? And I can also in here, I see why I did it. Here's my strategy, and I'll show you that more on that in a minute. And I could just say, hey, here's what I want to change, generate a copy, and it's going to redo the copy. Step 2 over here, this is my image, and you're going to see the smart adjust. I can go in here and just say, hey, we don't use this brand tool, we use that brand, or our machinery is yellow, or whatever. And I can just say refine it, and it'll do it. Every time you do this, it's learning. It's not going to change what you already rendered for the entire month, but it will learn for next month. So just so you know, it's learning. That's why I like the weekly process. But I do recommend in the first month using the monthly, right? And there's some other tools here. We don't have to get too far into it. In publishing, if I had my channels connected, it'll show me the channels here and I could click like Facebook, Instagram, but we're going to preset those later, right? So you don't have to worry about that. Let's go back. And if you have your days here, you can kind of toggle and check every single day. That's what I recommend for everybody. Once you're ready, you just go in here, and the sync button is not highlighted because I'm not connected yet, but I would sync here, right? Good tip for me real quick. I'm going to make that say, hey, go connect, right? And that's all you have to do. And we already have that campaign. Now, just to give you an idea, right here in our month here, if we go to our monthly campaign, this is what the strategy Hugo did. It didn't just make you a graphic. It understood your brand identity. It understood your offers. It understood your strategic context, your pain points that you're working on, your promos, your ongoing incentives, your campaign goals, what sequence is going to do the posting, a strategic overview of what the plan for the month is. Day by day planning for every day of the month, right? Every day of the month. And May 3rd, May 4th. Now, of course, some of this is in the past. That happens the way it does it because everything's intertwined to each other. But it's going through and building content. Now, if I didn't like it, I can go ahead and say open an editor and edit something, but you get the idea of what's happening here. It's very detailed. And actually, I believe, let's see here, guys, I believe we added, where is it here? Right here. You could download a PDF guide too. So you'll see your PDF of what's going on and all your information, posting sequence for every single day. Why is it happening? What's happening? All that fun stuff. If you want to nerd out, hey, help yourself. It's great. So that's on your free version, right? Now, as you go through on the other things, share links you're going to have, you could share a public link to somebody. What you're going to get with that link that I was telling you, now we only have the 31st, so I'm going to have to just do this real quick, but I'll do create link. I copy that link and I could send this to somebody. This is what you're going to get every week. So if I send this to somebody, the default PIN number is 1234. And then you can reset that in your settings so you can put it to whatever you want for you. Once you authenticate, here's what I was talking about. You're going to get this, and most of you are going to check this on a phone. So let's fake this for a second. Let's make it look like it's a phone. Boom, there's our phone, right? iPhone 14 Max. There you go. This is what it's going to look like on there. I can easily go and edit my text, and it'll edit it for every single channel. Since there's no channels connected, it's not going to do that. Approve is not highlighted because there's no channels connected. Otherwise, I can approve it. If I want to refine it, I just go in here and I tell it what to change, right? And whatever I tell it to change and I hit apply refinement, it'll go ahead and do that for me. And I'll refine that picture, and then I go ahead and schedule it. That's all you got to do every Thursday. Look at every single day, hit the next day, and boom, you're done. Take you a few minutes. See, you have to change it every single day. It might take you 10, 12 minutes, but most likely you got to change a day, probably 5 minutes. That's all it should take you, and you'll be set. Let's see, let's go through Content Studio. That's on upgrades, testimonials. You do have access to the 2 on the free version. Blogs, you're going to be blocked out, I believe. Yep. So blogs, you're blocked out. Listings are local pages, you're blocked out. Ads, Google Ads, Meta Ads, and something new coming up that I want to show you is ad research to compare competitors and OpenAI ads. They did release it. It's out there. We haven't talked a lot about it. I want to keep it as an advantage for you guys and us. So I don't talk a lot about it. There are some blogs that we've written if you want to go check them out. Voice AI, if you want to add that in. One of the biggest mistakes for people when they get set up with trying to generate leads or whatever, they never build a capture system. So it's kind of like going fishing and not having a net to capture the fish, right? So you really want to have that. What you're going to have your net, are you going to have your bucket? What are you going to have before you get out there? So AI omni-channel is what we offer. It does the phone calls, the SMS, the email, the Facebook messengers, Instagram, and omni-channel not only handles all channels but learns. So if you call me on phone in a voice, and then you text me, and then you email me, it's going to know the history of our conversations. It's going to be able to use that to talk to you. We offer one of the best ones. It's not the cheapest, but I think it ultimately does end up being cheaper than most because we don't charge a lot per minute. That's the thing to be careful for. We offer it for $9.99 setup, $197 a month. You get the Go High Level platform with that as well. Ours is not Go High Level as far as AI voice. It is something different. We improved on it quite a bit. I do not necessarily care for their one as much, but it's good if you want to go with their version and you save $100, but ours is definitely far better. SEO, you're going to be able to go in and check out your SEO, but again, you're locked out. Reddit, you're going to be able to post on website quality scanners, site optimizers, giving you that AI code to update to your thing, not just scan it, but tell you what to fix up. Your media library, where you can look at the gallery itself, but you can also render new things like wrap your truck. You can design new logos. These are in beta, as you can tell. Integrations, this is something you're going to do now. We're going to go in and we're going to do our integrations into whatever we have here. So here I type in my certifications, my insurance, my warranties. I can change my incentives. I could drop my calendar. You don't have to use the Go High Level or Bums AI calendar here. You can put in your Calendly, whatever embed code, whatever embed form you have. Just make sure they're public where we can access them. Put in your hours, and put in your Google review link if you have it and save it, right? Lat long is somewhere on this page. There it is. This is not optional. This is optional right now, but we're working on something cool with that we'll talk about later. Um, Social setup, simple. You could get Go High Level, the minimum with us, the access, if you would, for $1. It's just a very light version. Or you can actually purchase, one of those, or if you already have Go High Level, just connect your account and it walks you through and it's going to ask you for your location ID and API key. Once you test it, you're going to be able to connect your Facebook, Instagram, everything right from here, right? Without leaving. That's kind of new and cool. I will say to everybody, since we just built out a lot of changes, any problems, just go here to the help and just put them in there. Let us know. We're trying to get to them as quickly as possible. So let us know. SEO setup, you got your SEO setup here. Again, this is an upgrade. Ideas, I believe, are open to everybody. This is great. So if you have an idea, animate images, animate the images, whatever it might be. If you want to put in a Loom video or an image, put it here, submit it, and you'll see your submissions here, but you also see the ideas that were approved that are on our charts right here. And you can look at an idea and you can upvote it, right? Just upvote the idea if you feel that it's strong and feel it's something you want. Help us kind of figure out what to work on next. There's been a lot that we built. We have a game plan already, but we are open to listening to what you guys want. So that's going to be some huge stuff there. This was basically a tutorial on the free version. I didn't get into all those locked up ones. I'm going to make a second video for that so you can dig in deeper. But this is what you guys got going. Next step I would do here, if I was this person, I would go to my monthly campaigns. My content calendar. And I'm going to go to June. And I'm going to apply my recommendations, figure out what I want to change, figure out what I want to highlight, and I'm going to go in and say, I don't want that one, I want that one, I want that one, whatever, and I'm going to just go ahead and continue on my calendar. That's it, guys. That's all you got to do, and just sit back, let you go do the work. By the way, the generations for the days should be faster. Now, I'm still waiting for some feedback because we're testing that online cloud, but you should notice a very, very big improvement in how long it takes. But don't, a lot of us are very like, we want it now. Yeah, you might get it now from certain programs. Hugo does a lot of research and figures it out and tries to maintain accuracy so you don't have to keep editing it and it's actually professional. So be patient with it. All right. So there you go, guys. Thank you for joining. And I will make a second video after I catch my breath on all these other features.